We are day one with Nicci. How are you?
Good. Really good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, surprising. So Nicci, I'm going to ask you a loaded question. Where are you from?
Oh, South Africa by way of Canada, Bermuda, and Panama. I'm in Panama right now.
That's why I said it was a loaded question. Yeah, so she is North American, Central American, and South African, all mixed up
A
in
little
one.
bit of this and a little bit of that.
And then how old are you?
56.
That was easier. I should have started with the easier
I know.
question. So yesterday, Nicci had previously had upper and lower eyelid surgery, which went quite well. And how many years ago was that?
Oh gosh, I think my lowers I was 32 and my uppers 42.
Okay. And again, she's 56 now. So, 30 years ago for each of those.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we did a deep neck lift, deep plane extended facelift with the corner lip reset. We did lower lid. I wouldn't say revision because there's nothing wrong with the first time. It was just kind of a second time around. It had
Mm,
been 30 years almost.
yeah.
We did a brow lift. We did some little earlobe reductions. We did a very asymmetrical lip lift. Your mouth was quite
Yeah, it
asymmetrical.
was a little wobbly.
I think you had some insight into that. That's the reason why it might have been so crooked. You had Bell's palsy, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually did not pick up that you had Bell's palsy. You had a really wonderful recovery, but I think that might have been one residual
May
from.
have.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my excuse.
Yeah. So a little bit of a very asymmetrical lip lift to try to give her better symmetry and less droopy corners. And then just incidental fat transfer, the littlest bit under her eyes and some laser resurfacing under her eyes. So this is the first morning.
Hmm.
Tell me about your first night.
The first night was fine. I just took all the drugs I was given, nothing, no narcotics or anything. Um, I felt really, really good actually. The only thing was I kept snoring myself awake because you have to sleep on your back, and I'm not a back sleeper, but I'll have to get used to it.
Yeah. So that's actually really common. One, when you're not a back sleeper, or even if you,
It's like a
the most likely position for someone to snore is if they're flat on their back. So that's
yeah,
common.
because you
Um,
can't use a pillow or anything. But they did put a little rolly towel under my neck,
yeah.
which is fine.
And then also we've tightened this pretty well. And so during the procedure, when we're doing your surgery, I can
Yeah.
tell that I'm getting effective neck tightening because people start to snore a little bit during the surgery because
Oh, no
from
way.
the actual tightening. Yeah,
Oh,
that's real.
okay.
That's a real thing.
Okay.
And then you said you took our non-narcotic medications, the Tylenol, the Celebrex. You never ended up taking the true pain pill,
No.
but you did have one other minor discomfort besides your snoring,
Which one?
your eye.
Yeah, but I just put drops in it and feels a little bit better already. So,
Yeah,
yeah, just my right eye just feels like I've got a little hair or something in there.
yeah. So for the lower lid blepharoplasty, the incision is behind the eyelid, and so there's an irregular patch on the surface of the skin behind
Hmm.
the eyelid, the conjunctiva behind the eyelid.
Okay.
And so sometimes your eyeball can feel that irregular
Yeah,
patch as it
that's
brushes,
that's what
and
it
so it
is.
can
Yeah.
feel like something's in there. So that's really common too. Um,
Yeah.
Face me, let's see how you look. So Nikki's pretty bruised, but her skin's perfectly healthy. Everything looks great. But what I would just want to take a look at is she's got incredible jawline shape. Let's do a 3/4 actually. Brow shape's great. Cheek shape is great. We really got a nice job done so far. We'll see how it all settles out, but of picking up the corners of the mouth.
Hmm.
Um, to address the corners, sometimes we also need to come up under the crescent uh, nose because the corner is controlled from here, but as it tapers off, we actually have to control it from under the nostril. So both of those are actually aimed at the corner of your lip.
Mm.
Turn straight ahead. That part under her nose, the incision is pretty asymmetrical because her original peak on this left side I really loved. The opposite peak was too low, so I wanted
Yeah.
to match up the peaks as well. So it's not about making symmetrical incisions, it's about leaving more symmetrical results. And so if you have bushes of different heights, to get a topiary all flat, you cut off different amounts from the different bushes to get everything right in the end. So that means your cuts might not be symmetrical, but your target is what's symmetrical. Turn your whole self the other way.
The fact.
She had the perfect little creases in front of her tragus. The tragus is this piece, this little tab here, um, to use the crease just in front of it for the incision. If she didn't have that deep crease, it would have gone just behind it. Turn straight ahead there. But the goal, we'll have you face the camera again, but the goal is always invisible end results is what we're looking for. So
Yeah.
on that little piece, we take whichever path is most likely to yield an invisible end result. Tell us about the nursing service last night. What do you think?
Amazing, amazing. I'm actually going to do a third day just as a treat to myself.
You're here solo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I had a lot of friends that wanted to come, and I'm like, I don't want you to come and watch paint dry. So I did the nursing service for 2 days. We got the complimentary one and then the second. But I think I'm going to do a third. Like, it really helps with the icing, and I don't know, it feels comforting. So amazing ladies, so sweet.
So it's a group called RN Services.
Oh yeah.
They're not
RN
our
services.
employees. We
No.
contract out with them. But they're as good as our employees. They do a great job. There's one of them sitting in the corner over there. I want to hear all this. They do a great job.
Taylor's here. This my next shift, Taylor. So.
Yeah, and they really, although they have a group of nurses, they send a smaller subset are the ones that repeatedly get our patients. And
well, everybody knows the hotel. They know the side doors and everything.
Yeah,
how to get out, and
it's just nice to have someone looking after you, right?
Honestly, it's quite relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, I love it when they put all the stuff around my face and I'm just like cocooned in there.
Yeah.
So.
What I'll say is we provide the first night, and by first night I mean a full 24 hours, three shifts of nursing we provided to all of our face neck lift patients. If you are coming with a girlfriend or a spouse that is physically capable, like could help you get to the bathroom if you're lightheaded, and is relatively put together, they don't have to be medical, just competent. That first night or first 24 hours is more than enough, and you'll be fine in the care of or just with the company of your girlfriend or spouse. If you are coming completely solo, I think it's a great idea to get a second day, and if you want to treat yourself the third day, it's really good. So. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if they have availability, but I think I'll be pretty good by then. But
you'll be great.
Not? Yeah.
Anything else you want them to know about your first night?
No, I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting bad, to be honest. Like, I've been really calm through the whole thing. I wasn't nervous for anything. And I think it was also because I knew I had the nursing staff there. But no, everything was fantastic. And then did I get a little buccal fat thing?
Yes, let's talk about that.
That's my stocking stuffer, I call it. That was not planned.
Your stocking unstuffer.
My stocking unstuffer.
So the buccal fat is, I was on the fence on it with you, but then became evident during the surgery. So a couple things. In our surgical procedure permission forms, we kind of have a little clause in there. If there's something that just obviously needs to be done, you give me the trust to, and now we're not going to take your arm off, but
obviously.
little extensions of the procedure, just it becomes evident that to get the best result, that's just what we need to do. Or something goes, hey, you go sideways and we need to repair it, that you give us this trust, right? So when I always do the left side of the face first. When I was doing the left side, the buccal fat is sandwiched between the mucosa, the slimy stuff inside your mouth, and the muscle and skin on the outside. It's in between. It's the stuffing of the Oreo. So when I was working on the left side of your face, I had the cookie up, and that buccal fat, I was torn at the beginning when we were marking you, but man, it was just spilling out. It was obvious. It was obvious you were going to have a little walnut here if I hadn't treated it.
Okay.
So, all right, and in that case, when it's just erupting from the side of the face as you're doing the deep plane access, you just treat it right there. On the opposite side, now I'm committed. I'm going to do both sides, right? On the opposite side, as I did the deep plane facelift, it didn't want to just erupt out, but it did need to be treated. In those contexts, and actually in most contexts, I treat the buccal fat from the inside of the mouth. It's the same thing. You get to it from the top cookie or the bottom cookie, you're still getting to the cream filling. But so you have the left, they're both treated. Yeah. But the right side, you might notice
it's inside.
There's an incision up by your top teeth.
Yeah, got it.
But there's not one on the left side because it came issuing out on the front. Okay. Either way, it's what was necessary to keep you from having a bottom-heavy chipmunk cheek build instead of a tapered build.
Fabulous. Yeah. I noticed it straight away. You said, "Oh, that looks so good."
Oh, good. All right. Well, you've been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting people follow along. It's going to really help a zillion people. Yeah. Most of them are never going to come see me. They're going to have surgery other places, or they're just interested in these things. Yeah. It's going to help many, many more people than I ever meet. So thank you very much.
You're welcome anytime, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. We are morning 2 with Nicci. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Really good.
Yeah, so you said you had more energy than you expected today.
Yep. I had a good day yesterday. Slept the whole day, on and off, no pain. I actually feel like even the pressure underneath seems to be better today. So I really don't have any complaints.
Good.
Other than, the face. It
So,
doesn't, but that's going to happen. But other than that, I feel really good.
she had 2 days ago. This is the second morning after. So it's actually been about 40 hours ago. She had a deep neck lift, deep plane extended lower facelift in the preservation fashion, lip lift in kind of an asymmetric fashion to straighten out her mouth a little bit. Under eyes, it was the second time around for under eyes. She'd had them in the past. It was just kind of time again. Brow lift. We did not do upper lids because it was not necessary. Very commonly in people that have had previous upper lids, when we do the brow, their upper lids are still fine. And that was the case with you. We did some earlobe reductions, which I forgot to mention.
I forgot yesterday.
Yeah, so she had a little bit longer earlobe and dilated piercings. The piercings had stretched out. So we took this opportunity to do that.
They look cute.
Little bit of buccal fat reduction, tiny bits of fat transfer into the eyes, and lower lid laser. That's the plan. That's what we did.
I pretty much said. I think that's everything.
Well, it's everything for you that you needed.
Me, yeah.
And then we were talking a little bit about your medications. Are they upsetting your stomach or causing any issues? Okay.
No, I'm actually quite surprised because we're taking quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So you haven't taken a narcotic.
No.
But what are you taking? Do you remember?
The Tylenol, the Celebrex. The first two nights for the swelling. No, for the blood.
Yes, the tranexamic acid.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
I
was just taking.
So they come in two categories, kind of our medications. We have some that we can require you to take. We want you to take on a scheduled basis. For the first 2 days, we say just take the Tylenol. And for the Brits, it's the paracetamol. Same drug, different names. Right? So take the Tylenol, take the Celebrex. Those two, we say, are kind of paving the pain relief road.
Just keep it copacetic.
Yes, 2 days, and there's a third drug that we ask people to take. It's called tranexamic acid. It decreases bruising and the chance of bleeding.
One,
yeah. So for the first 2 days, those are we have you take it. We also ask that as long as they're not causing trouble, anti-infectives. There's an antiviral called valacyclovir. Anytime we laser, we use that. And an antibiotic. An antibiotic might vary depending on one's allergies. Those are kind of we want you to take them.
Yeah.
And then we have some we send you at home if you need it. The heavy-duty pain pill, which you haven't touched.
Really hasn't been necessary at all. There's no pain. The only thing I felt last night was the tingling in the back of my ears where the hemostatic thing was.
Netting. Turn towards me. Let's look at that.
But it's gone now.
Perfect. So she's a little bruised. This is okay. But this top corner behind the ear, if anything is going to develop a little nuisance fluid accumulation called a seroma, it's that apical triangle behind the ear. And so on pretty much everybody, we put in just a couple little net sutures. You may have seen them on yesterday's video. Go look if you haven't. We put in just a couple little net sutures and we take them the second day. So that's what she was referring to.
No.
What are your plans for today?
Oh, I think I'm going to go out for lunch, go for a little jog. No, I'm going back to bed. It's so cozy in my hotel room, and when they pat me full of my ice and whatever, it's so good.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like a little mummy.
And now I want to let you know, this is not the average recovery. My average recovery, they're not fully beaten up, but they're not this energetic. It's somewhere in between. And I said to you, do you normally bounce back quickly out of things? And you said...
I don't know. I honestly was expecting to be very swollen and retain a lot of fluid, but so far so good. But it's only day 2, so day 3 and 4 is what I've read is where it can really get yucky. So I'll count my blessings while I can.
Yeah. So we tell people day 3 and 4 is when physically the swelling seems to peak, and also just mentally and emotionally. If you're going to have kind of a low point, not everyone does, but if you're going to have it, it's usually day 3, 4, because often you're spent your last bit of adrenaline on day 2, and then you're kind of running an empty tank a little bit. So God willing, you're not going to see it. Just with your energy, I suspect you might actually skip that. But if it hits you, don't feel bad. It happens to a lot of people. Yeah. And then both physically and mentally, everything comes back up at that point. We did talk about if you have the opportunity. It's freezing right now in St. Louis, but we have some.
Buy a coat.
Right, you can go shopping on Black Friday. It's Black Friday today.
About that,
you'll look like you lost the fight at the mall.
Leave the bargain bin.
But Lynette, who's one of our nursing service nurses, has offered to take her to some of the indoor attractions in St. Louis just to kind of get out of the room a little bit, because in dark time of year, staying in the room lots and lots of hours, it can start to mentally drain a little bit too.
A little bit.
Well,
But so far so good.
Turn towards me. I want people to see what you look like, because I'm super proud. We're going to have you turn all the way the other direction so they can get a sense of the other side too. You can get just a sense of little lines on the skin where that hemostatic net was. It's like when you sleep on the sheets and you get creases. Within several hours, those will be gone. They leave no marks whatsoever. Turn back this way. Any last thoughts for them before we let you go?
No, I actually have absolutely no regrets. I'm so happy. Like I didn't know what I was going to expect to see the first morning, but wow, I was like, wow, this is so good.
Awesome.
Very happy. So thank you so much.
You are quite welcome. Well, we are day 5 with Nicci. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
Yeah, it's a dark day in St. Louis. I'm sorry, it's probably looking a little dark on the screen, but
snowed too.
Yeah, and it snowed over the weekend. And we, just for you who don't know, 5 days ago we did a deep neck lift, deep plane extended facelift, tiny bit of buccal fat removal, lip lift, under eyes, including the littlest bit of fat transfer, no upper eyelids because your upper eyelids are perfect, brow lift, and some earlobe repairs because when they were a little bit big and had stretched out. And then finally, just a tiny bit of laser under the eyes. Did we get it all?
Yes.
I think so. All right, good. And so today's day 5.
Yeah.
How have the last 2 or 3 days been since we saw you?
Honestly, I can't complain about anything. I don't feel like I've hit the pothole. I hope I don't. I went for a walk yesterday. I found myself a Starbucks. So I've just been tootling around a little bit. It's kind of going a little stir crazy in the hotel room, and now all my nurses have gone, so I got no friends.
It's hard. We recommend that people bring a friend with them because the first night, the first 24 hours, we just provide a professional set of private duty nurses. After that, you don't really need educated nursing, but it's just nice to have a friend. So it can get hard being by yourself.
Well, I got a Thanksgiving dinner from Sunny. Well, mashed potatoes. I got a foot massage, so I've been really well looked after.
Yeah, they're incredible. Don't expect that they feed you and massage your feet, but some of them are that nice.
Yeah, no, it was so far so good.
So, what was it like going out to Starbucks? I'm curious when you beaten up, or with between the scarves and everything else.
I felt like a movie star for the first time. Actually, I tootled in, and nobody said anything. I had my little bucket hat on and my scarf around my neck and my glasses on, and yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, I will say this time of year it's a little easier because you're bundled up and it's dark outside and everything else.
Easier.
So on the 5th day, she looks exactly as she should. Her under eyes, it's starting to peel. You can see islands of skin that have peeled already. Some darker surface skin that hasn't fully peeled yet, so that's very normal. Usually under eyes take between 5 and 10 days to fully peel. It looks like you're going to be right around 7. You can see it's greasy with ointment. We keep that area covered with ointment while the laser skin is still reconstituting itself, so the ointment serves as a moisture barrier. So she's using very dilute vinegar water followed by ointment to care for this area. Another 48 hours or so, you'll be able to switch to our nicer face wash and face lotion because the skin will be more intact. Turn towards me here, Nicci. She's doing a beautiful job keeping her incision lines super clean. We used peroxide on those for the first 3 or 4 days while they're tending to scab, followed by ointment. And now, no more peroxide. You mentioned that today. It's going to be ointment alone. She's a little more bruised on this side. Turn face the other direction for me. A little less bruised on this side, but she's done a beautiful job keeping your incision lines clean. This little kind of bumpy, foldy stuff, totally normal. It's like when you get in the bathtub and your skin swells and you get the deeper wrinkles in your fingerprints. It's the same thing. Turn this direction. Can't even see her lip lift incisions today. They're practically gone.
I feel like I've got a long hair here. I've got the
the little stitches. Yeah. But today we do get rid of one set of sutures, and that is in the hairline. So tip your chin down just a little bit. I have another little video here too, but there's about a 1 centimeter incision there and a 1 centimeter incision there. And those stitches do come out on the 5th day. And had we done upper lids, those would come out on the 5th day. But we did, what else would you like to know about your days? I guess it was days 3, 4, 5-ish that you've been through since we last did anything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had good energy. I was eating. I felt fine. I did sleep a lot the 3rd day, I think, but I was taking like all the medication, whereas which I think makes you a bit sleepy. So I was horizontal a lot, which I think is good. But yeah, really, it was quite relaxing actually, because I had the nurses there and they took care of everything. But no complaints. I do feel my face is starting to wake up now a little bit. The head gets a little sore at the back from lying flat all the time. But other than that, I'm kind of sleeping okay, eating okay.
Good.
No pain at all.
Wild, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No pain.
Well, good. Well, thank you for letting people follow along. You're
welcome.
Incredibly generous.
Did some craving avocados and yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be the helmet head. I've seen some people get over as quickly as 2 or 3 days. Some people take 9 or 12 months.
That's the weirdest. Watch, that's going to be me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The other area that they'll have numbness is on the sides of the cheeks and under the chin. And that area shrinks little by little, week by week by week as well.
Yeah, it feels very bizarre.
Yeah, it's like it's not yours.
It's not mine.
That leads me, you had your first manual lymphatic therapy treatment today. And I saw you just before you were going to go in there, and you were like, I don't know if I'm going to want them doing that.
Yeah, because you can't feel your face, so I didn't know what she was going to do, and it was so relaxing. It was just all these little pressure points, and then she works down into your lymphatic to get everything moving, because obviously this is like super swollen. But yeah, it was fabulous, and then I have another one on Friday, so I'm excited now.
Good. So you're initially thinking, I'm not sure I want to do it, and then what I told her was, let her start, and if you hate it, say stop. No hard feelings, but if you can tolerate it, go ahead. And it was more than tolerate. You actually enjoyed it.
Really complained was it was too short.
Okay, we'll put that in the notes. And then, how crazy is this? So, Nicci is from South Africa originally.
Yeah.
Moved around a bit, Canada, moved around a bit. Now you live in Panama.
Yeah.
And I had someone reach out to me that lives in St. Louis, originally South African, moved around a little bit. Now lives in St. Louis, and next year I'll be moving to Panama. And she said, if Nicci is stir crazy and wants a friend,
yeah.
So you're meeting up with this person today?
Yeah, after we're done here, we're out for lunch. So I was very excited about that. Like I have an outing today.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
Well, today we had
a good chit chat on the phone, so I'm actually really looking forward to meeting her. So
good.
There you go.
Well, today we got her front of the ear stitches out, under the chin stitches out. Her brow stitches have been out for a couple of days already. We got her little lip lift stitches out. All that are left. Turn towards me, please. The sutures behind the ear are still left. Those take a little bit longer. And then there are some hidden staples, some clips right up there. Whenever the incision line is within the hair, entirely within the hair, it is safest for the hair to use clips compared to strangulating sutures. So those come out of the 10th day. These come out of the 10th day. And then she's going to hit the bricks. What else do you want them to know about day 4, 5, 6, 7 that you've been through just now?
I think it's just, I remember one of your videos, did you say it's vitamin T?
That's right.
Is it time? And I think you just have to mentally prepare for that because, I know where this is going because I've seen enough of your videos, but it is going to require some patience, especially getting used to having your face not be your face. The feeling, not the look. I love the look. It's more the feeling and just getting everything where it's supposed to be. Well, but other than that, like I keep saying, it was a lot better than I was expecting.
Good.
And yeah, I would highly recommend it. And the staff and everybody has been amazing. So do it.
Well, you've been particularly because you said you know that the vitamin T is necessary, and you know that from watching the previous videos. Well, as we were speaking about, it doesn't matter how many videos I did a month ago or 2 years ago. Things change day by day around this practice, and so to have someone so forthcoming to let you know what our current process is like up to the minute up to this week is very generous of you, and it's going to help a ton of people.
Yeah, it's true because you did a video maybe a month or 6 weeks ago, and you were saying how happy you were with the surgery because it was something new, and you couldn't believe that after so many years you can still do new stuff. And honestly, I thought, thank God, now I'm going to get the better version of what you can do. So It's true.
So there's a good and a bad. Right now, if you call in for a consultation, it's about a 4-month wait for a consultation, followed by about a year wait for surgery after that.
It's a wait, but worth it.
But I'll be 16 months better, right? Poor Nicci's going to have the old model, and you'll get the new model. Anyway, you look amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you to you and all your staff. It's been quite an experience. Thank you.
It's our last day with Nicci. How are you?
Good. Good. Day 9. Home tomorrow.
What do you think about going home?
My rebirth. My re-entry. I kind of woke up this morning going, I'm not so sure if I'm ready to go home, but I am. It's time. And kind of looking forward to it. Got my kids and my dog and my friends, and everyone's waiting to see.
What are your, because this is something I really haven't explored with a whole lot of other people. What kind of misgivings are you having, and what kinds of thoughts? When you woke up this morning and said, I'm not sure I'm ready. What particular things were in your brain?
Well, I kind of like hiding out in my hotel room a little bit, and but the 10 days staying here is actually a great idea because you're kind of forced to just relax, sleep, read, do whatever. And I actually feel good enough to go home now, but just I don't know. I guess it's facing everybody the first time, and
Yeah.
having to deal with the reality of it. Like, it's fine here because you've all seen these faces a lot, but friends have not. And just the, oh, you look a little this, oh, you look a little bit of that, and I don't want to feel like I have to explain that to everybody. But now I actually come with the new face.
Well, we were talking about it. It's the new face and it's the old face, right? Like I feel like sometimes people feel like the new face is more them than what the old face was. But you said some things are different, like along the jawline.
Yeah, I
Tell us
do
about
feel
that.
like you've given me a much nicer jawline. I'm not sure that I actually ever had such a great one, but I'll take it.
I'll take it. Good. You were telling me a little bit about some new. Today is day 9, and there's been some restoration of sensation, or some waking up, or some things are feeling more yours. Can you talk about that?
So I had the massage on Wednesday, and then I felt like the next day I was more swollen. But this morning I woke up going, wow, my face feels different today, but in a really good way. Like, I could feel the sensations around my ear. I feel like I'm moving better. And then I had another massage today, which was actually really good. So I think I'm going to get some good movement going. So yeah, things are starting to wake up. This is like the nicest my face has felt.
And you said there's been something changed about your head.
Yeah, like I thought at first it was just all the lying on your back, which I think it was, but I think everything's pretty swollen too, But last night I had a great sleep, didn't feel my head because when you wear sunglasses and you get that ache, that's what my head was feeling like. Like, some nights I had to sit up a little bit to sleep, but last night was great. So I think I'm getting the head sensation back, but it still feels weird. Like, in the 80s when you used to do your highlights with the thing, that's what my scalp feels like when you brush it.
You'll take your word for that. I'll let that one.
Sorry.
But the massages, by the way, are the manual lymphatic drainage or manual lymphatic therapy. It's called both things, but that's what the massages that she's talking about. All right, we're gonna do some. Turn your whole body that way. I haven't done this side for a little bit. This is what you want at 9 days. This is what I want for everybody at 9 days. Turn to face me here. Here's our opposite side. Everything's looking absolutely great. You know what? Turn and face diagonal. Let's have you face that door jamb over there. I think my favorite part of the whole thing is actually the brow lift. Nicci, what were you were talking about the brow lift?
Yeah.
Surprise. What do you think?
I wasn't sure what to expect with it because I honestly, but to me that's my favorite.
It's
Is
really
the brow lift. It's like you're awake. I love it, love it, love it. That's my fave so far.
I find at the early consultation stage, it's the most threatening or off-putting, or like it's the part that people are there. Oh, neck, sure. Lower face, sure. Eyes, sure. Brow, I don't know. And then at the end, it's often their favorite.
There've been too many uglies.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Did my move?
No, I get it. Well, before I let you go, any last thoughts? Any last comments?
If you're thinking about it, I would 100% say go for it. It's been an amazing experience. You guys have been fabulous. The nurses, all the staff here, and from beginning to end. And I'm absolutely happy, and I can only see my results getting better and better, and I'm thrilled.
Well, I want to add
Thank you so much.
one last comment. The reason you're so happy is because you came in happy and you're a happy person, and those people are happy at the end, even when they're beaten up. So it's your attitude that's the reason you're so happy right
Yeah.
now, despite being beaten up.
I think also coming on your own, like you really have to gear yourself up for that. And I really wanted to come by myself. And I think you just have to come in with a whole different mindset. You know, I've got to do this. No one to complain to. So
You're incredible.
I'm
Thank you.
happy.
Thank you for letting me follow
And
along. You're
thank you.
really
Oh, you're
incredible.
welcome. Anything.
I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you can see my future content.